This scene is likely a familiar one. Many of us, including people new to our campus this year, spent a pretty good amount of last year as little boxes on a computer monitor. Though the jury is still out on the effectiveness of distance learning, one thing is pretty much for sure. Medical experts typically agree that spending a large amount of time indoors with very little social interaction is bad for your ability to make connections. Knowing that this inability to make connections would disproportionately affect people new to Sage Creek, Link Crew, coordinated by Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Berry, sprung into action.
We really decided as a team that we wanted to keep the program running, so we tried to do a virtual leadership. We were one of the first groups in the school district to use Google Meet, so we met every week virtually. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the same kind of connections as in person.
Though we are back on campus now, we, freshmen and sophomores especially, are still experiencing the aftershocks of last year's lockdown. Link Crew Commissioner Capri Suarez hopes to take advantage of being on campus to foster a closer sense of community.
This year, I hope that we really do get to build closer relationships with our freshmen, and it get to the point where we'll be at, like, say, a volleyball game or a basketball game and be like, oh, so-and-so, I'm so glad you're here, like, thanks for coming. And instead of it being like, oh yeah, like that was my Link Crew leader, or like I met them once, have it be more of a year-long relationship.
Despite a rather radical change in environment and means, Link Crew's mission has remained largely unchanged.
We want to pay it forward with this program. We're hoping that by our leaders continuing to grow and mentor the next generation of leaders, we're leaving behind a legacy. And that's really the intent of the program. It's never like you're just done and Link Crew's done. It's always a continuous cycle. And it's so important as it is for the leaders to mentor the ninth graders. I think that the ninth graders also inspire our leaders.
This has been Leo Ambrogelly, Austin Ju, Lana Esker, and Juliette Deliseo for The Sage.